Very good. So everybody should hit the button, right? Which says got it.
Yes, it's just now loading, so it should be getting started here any moment.
Yeah, okay.
Make sure I'm muted where I'm supposed to be too. Okay. There we go. Great, got it. Okay, fantastic. So welcome everyone. My name is Lara Villamot, she and hers. I am the head of outreach and community experience at the Framingham Public Library. Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's event, Hoops and Homework, celebrating the past and looking to the future. We are so thrilled to feature the founder, Herb Chasen, to give us a little bit of insight into this fantastic community program. Just a few quick notes. Herb is going to show us some really fantastic videos talking about the Hoops and Homework program. And then in between each video, we will stop and we'll take some questions, have a little bit of conversation. Then we'll go on to the next video there. We invite you at that point when we're taking questions to go ahead and unmute yourselves and raise your hand or put it in the chat. And I'm happy to read it out loud to Herb. We will keep y'all muted during the videos, however. And as you saw, we are recording tonight's lecture. So if you know anybody who was not able to be here tonight, but they would love to hear more about it, please stop by the Framingham Public Library YouTube channel, where you will find the recording of this video. Last but not least, I'll be throwing an evaluation form for the library into the chat box at the beginning and then at the end. Please let us know what you thought about tonight's event. If you'd like to join our mailing list, we're the library, so we'll never send you anything other than information about other great free programs. And if you have any ideas for future programs, please do make sure that you wait until after the program has ended to click on that evaluation form, because it will send you to a new screen. I don't want you to miss a second of tonight's chat. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Herb. Welcome.
Okay, thank you, everybody. We have a small crowd, but that's okay. All right. So I'm going to get started right now. I'm going to share screen here. And here we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there we are. Whoops, this is the first slide. All right, greetings, everybody. Thank you, thank you. This is we're going to start off with a 4-minute video. As I mentioned, these are clips taken by Dave Hornfisher and Bill Rapkin at the Hoops and Homework Open House, which was just last Tuesday. So thank you, thank you, thank you for Bill and Dave. All right, I'm going to get right into this here. Here's the clips of the video.
Today we're in downtown Framingham, on site at Hoops and Homework, where this unique and highly acclaimed after-school program for kids is celebrating its 10th anniversary. I'm your host, AFTV volunteer Dave Hornfisher, along with Bill Rapkin, fellow volunteer and video director.
In the background, we have all kids enjoying the new playground that we built here a couple years ago, and the basketball court, and the brand new center here. So I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody for coming.
Today's a great day for Hoops and Homework. 10 years. Everybody in this room deserves a huge round of applause. We pounded on doors, raised a lot of money. Everybody chipped in, and we got a beautiful center here. So.
And when we first raised that money at town meeting, who would have thought 10 years later we'd be here celebrating this fabulous organization? And it's all a community event. Everybody in the community has participated through the years.
But no, really, thank you everyone for 10 years and another 10, 20, 30.
And I grew up about a mile from this community, and I understand what it's like. And it is incredibly difficult to thrive. There is so much more challenge when your parents are working hard day and night.
I grew up not in Framingham, but I spent every summer in Framingham, every weekend in Framingham. So I know the South Side. I'm fearlessly dedicated to the youth of the South Side, and I want to see this program grow. Another thing that we're doing that's new and hadn't been done in the past 10 years is Hoops After Dark. So we're now providing programming to kids that are from 14 to 17.
But I tell you, I fell in love with this program and the kids. It's the first time I walked through the door. It was amazing. These kids are unbelievable. Healthy food, help with homework, healthy living, exercise. A lot of these things that we kind of focus on throughout the year, and hopefully we'll be able to continue.
That it seemed to come together, the diversity, come together to love on our kids and to create a program that is centric to who they are. So we just thank you, and once you get hooked, you cannot stop.
I chose Hoops in 2017 and also 2018. It was an honor to run for the students, and I'm an educator, so this is really special to me. The kids is what we're here for, and I hope we continue with that mission.
And reading, I've got a lot better at my reading a lot. And now sometimes I finish my homework like easier because people help me here. So when I have a problem with doing my homework, I get help from other people.
Is there a certain kind of book you like to read the most?
I am going to read Harry Potter.
I just wanted to thank Hoops and Homework for letting me come out and be part of this special anniversary celebration, and wish them the best of luck and continued success in their endeavor and all their programs.
Okay, so there you go, little flavor. Hi, Marcia, thanks for coming. So anybody like any comments on this? Any comments? All right. Anyway, it's quite a thrill for me to see the kids there, especially the kids reading, the one little girl just reading by herself. And the homework, the boy with the homework, I thought it was just super. Okay, anything else? Bill, thanks again. All right, I'm going to move on to the next slide, which is talks about the background, how this all got started. Okay, here we go. All right. So why is it such an unusual program? So we're going to have some pre-recorded interview that was done before by Dave Hornfisher at Access Framingham. These clips, some of them are a little long. We might stop in between, take some questions, comments. And so that's roughly it. This is again, and oh, thanks again to Sharvarash Morrissey. He was also helping us. And here you can see our banner. Before it was hung up, it's been, it's right now it's on Union Ave, I believe, downtown. There's some of the kids and some of our supporters in the banner. Okay, all right. And this is 12 minutes. We might stop halfway through this. It shows why Hoops and Homework was started, how it was started, and all these kids have given permission to show their videos. Okay, here we go.
Today, it's Hoops and Homework, where we'll hear founder Herb Chasen explain the highly respected local after-school program for kids. It's now celebrating its 10th anniversary. I'm Dave Hornfisher, a supporter and volunteer of this oft-honored and very unique after-school program for Framingham kids.
Okay, thank you, Dave. I really appreciate this. This is very nice. So here I was living in Framingham for about 50 years, and I really had never set foot before in South Framingham in the lower income areas. Never had an opportunity to really be in there. So my good friend Charlie Sosiski, who happens to be the mayor now.
It's a good friend to have.
Yes. Well, Charlie was running for selectman at that time, and he was trying to get votes in that area. He took me down, and we walked around, and we watched, and we saw what was going on. And it was not pretty, because there were kids hanging around, and they were getting in potentially into trouble with sex and drugs and police.
Mentorship is just a huge thing, and somewhere to go after school, in the summer, off hours is just a huge part. It played a role in my life as a child. Many kids in those programs, they have enough disappointment, so you want to have something that's sustainable, something that's consistent, and that's truly the importance of it. You're making a difference, and it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do it. And to everybody that has a hand in this, I just want to say thank you. It's truly appreciated.
Then at Fall Town Meeting in 2012, I stood up there with Ned Price, and the two of us, because Ned Price lives in that area, the two of us held out our hands and we said, please give us $81,000 so we can kick this off. And the town meeting passed it with a comfortable margin, but they said, don't come back for more. We decided to put in a new basketball court at Interfaith because there was nothing there. There was no basketball. But this one was a big deal because it was a full court, and we were able to get the money through donations. We have a lot of friends, including Phil Ottaviani, who just happens to be chair of the city council.
Safe and fun learning environment for our local youths. The program is a brainchild of Herb Chasen, who nurtures it every day. Today's ribbon cutting is a culmination of many months of planning and fundraising by many volunteers and from donations by many generous supporters. The Chairman of the Board of Selectmen, Cheryl Pelly-Stoll. Cheryl.
Thanks, Charlie. It's such a great pleasure to be here today. I remember when Herb was starting this program, and what he did with that seed money was found an idea that has germinated in 2 locations, and Herb has gone out and drawn people from all over this community into this program, into this dream, into this idea that every child has the opportunity for a great education in Framingham. And some kids just need some extra help after school and don't have the opportunity to get it in some neighborhoods. And Herb found 2 neighborhoods that needed that help and found a bunch of kids who he tricked into coming because it was hoops and homework. The hoop was supposed to be the incentive to get you guys here. And they've all come, and they're in the summer programs now. Herb has a summer program that runs all summer long so that the students in this area and the students at the other site have an opportunity all summer to work on their skills and not lose what other kids lose during the summertime. So I want to thank Herb, and I want to thank anybody who has donated to this program over the years, whether it's been time or snacks or dollars. And please continue to think about Hoops for Homework because it's a program that means a lot to a lot of families. It's helped a lot of children, and it will continue to do so as long as we work together to help it. Thank you.
Speaker is Senator Karen Spilka.
But good afternoon. I just want to thank everybody for coming here and note that even though the date was changed, everybody still came because this is such a terrific program and it's an important day. And I do want to thank our Attorney General, our great Attorney General here for coming. and helping to give this program another shot in the arm. Thank you so much for being here to help us celebrate. But I also, to the board, so thank all of the board members are here, the teachers and the staff that are terrific to help excite the kids that are involved in this. And the kids, give yourselves a round of applause, seriously. And it's great to have the Framingham boys and girls high school teams here. So, I just want to say what a terrific program this is, and it really will help so many kids and their parents and our whole community, and it should be a model for the rest of the state. So we'll work on that as well. And I have greetings from the Senate, similar to what Chris, it's an official Senate citation. Congratulations to Hoops and Homework in recognition of the joyous occasion of the ribbon cutting for the new Hoops and Homework basketball court. And we wish continued success. Let this grow, not only here in Framingham, but across the state. And the citation is signed by Stan Rosenberg, Senate President, William Welch, the Clerk of the Senate, myself, Karen Spilka, as Framingham Senator, and it's dated today. Congratulations. Great job.
Thank you, Senator. I'm thrilled and honored to.
Okay, I just want to stop here. Just stop here for a second or two. 6 years ago, almost exactly. It's unbelievable, unbelievable how far we've come. We're sustainable now, totally financially sustainable. It's a big, huge deal. It's really amazing to see what we've done. Any comments before we go ahead? So this is a clip. Tracy, do you want to say something?
Well, I can wait till the end.
Okay, all right. So this is a clip of the Attorney General at that time, Maura Healey, and of course, probably she has a good chance to be governor, as you all know, a good chance. So we're just thrilled about that. And her performance 6 years ago was something else. So let's go back to this here.
Introduce our special guest today, Attorney General Maura Healey. It's especially appropriate for her to be here today since our focus is about three things that are so near and dear to our Attorney General: helping and protecting people in need, especially children, basketball, and of course Framingham. When she first campaigned for office, and ever since she was elected, our Attorney General made it clear that one of her biggest priorities was to protect those most in need, particularly children, and especially those children living in communities that didn't always have the resources necessary to make sure kids were getting the help they needed, whether it be educational, recreational, nutritional, or otherwise.
Tell you, this is such a treat for me to be here today. Do you guys know what I do? No, I'm a lawyer. Yeah, I'm your lawyer. I'm the Attorney General. That's my. Am I what?
Are you famous?
No, I'm not famous. But
Do you have $1 million?
no, I definitely do not have $1 million. But I want you to listen to me, okay? Once upon a time, I was like you, okay? I was a basketball player. I loved basketball. You put your hand up. You're going to be a professional basketball player, right? What's your name? Gianna Amara. Nice to meet you. So Gianna wants to be a professional basketball player. I got to do that. You know how I got to do that? I studied. I went to high school like these guys and studied, and I got to go to college, and I got to play in college. And because of that, I had a chance to go play overseas for a little bit, and I got to see the world. And when I ran for Attorney General, you know, I had to run to get votes. It was like a competition. It was like a game a little bit. And all the things that I learned in basketball helped me win that election, okay? So know that. How many of you guys play basketball? You all play basketball. You love basketball? It's a great game. What's basketball about?
There's 2 games.
What's basketball about? What's basketball about? Flyers. Teamwork, right? It's a team game. And you learn about discipline and hard work and teamwork and leadership. You learn about working hard. You learn about picking yourself up because, you know, whether you have a bad game or a bad practice, you got to go on. You guys are going to learn all that. It's going to be great. Are you with me? Yes, okay. So I wanted to say thank you, Charlie, for the opportunity to be here. Thank you so much, Herb, for the opportunity to be here to celebrate this program. It doesn't get any better than this. Framingham is such a wonderful, wonderful community, and every time I come to Framingham, I just am inspired. It's a community that celebrates diversity. It is such a community with such engagement. I love to see all the people who are on various committees and involved in politics here. It's so important. You have the best leadership in the state. Always a treat to be with Senator Spilka and Representative Walsh. Thank you for all that you do. And I know firsthand from having the pleasure of meeting and talking to you, whether it's selectmen, select women like Cheryl, or Charlie, you know, this is a community that cares. And that's what this is all about, guys. It's about caring. And it's about showing up and delivering and making possible, you know, opportunities for young people. The other reason I'm happy to be here is because I do love basketball. It's a great thing. And I feel like basketball will give you the skills that you need to be successful. I do know this, though. When I played basketball, my grades were always better in season. Do you guys feel that? Yeah. You know, the thing about this program, it's about the homework part of it, and it's about realizing that you're going to be better on the court the better you are in studying and school and working hard, right? So this is a great day for the community. This is a great program, Herb. Thank you so much for the vision and starting something like this. And I'm just so happy to be here today. Even though I don't have sneakers on, I still intend to play a little bit, if that's okay. So are we gonna cut a ribbon?
Okay. All right. I don't know. Every time I see that, it's such a thrill for me. It's 6 years. It's unbelievable. I don't know. I was just blown away. That was the first time I encountered Maura Healy face to face, and she's just so unusual. So I just want to, any other comments before we move on?
We've got a lot of thank yous in the comments, a lot of just accolades about the program. I have to confess, I have a question. I'm reasonably new to the Framingham area, so I'm still learning about all of the just fantastic programs that we have and everything that goes on in there. Right. And I've of course heard of Hoops and Homework and all the great work that you do. I'd love to know like kind of the nitty gritty. Like let's say somebody from outside of town was watching this video. Like, can you tell us just a little bit about the approach, what it does, how the kids, do they have to qualify for it? Like what's kind of the bare bones details?
Well, that's a good question. So if a kid wants to go to enroll in Hoops and Homework, the first thing we ask them to do is to apply for a voucher. The vouchers are state grants that pay for low-income kids to go to after-school programs. So, and all of our kids qualify to get vouchers. But the problem with the vouchers is that, of course, they're oversubscribed, and it takes months and months and months to get a voucher. In the meanwhile, we have the scholarship program. So the kids can go, and it doesn't cost them anything, except for the application, as I said. So that's how it works. And we have a waiting list at one of our centers. The other center still has a couple of openings left, and that's what you have to do. Just go down there and sign up, and the kids have to, and the parents have to show interest to join up and go after school. We're open all year long, except for the major holidays. We have after school early release. We're there. The school vacations, we're there. Christmas, all the vacations, we have programs. And of course, the summer, we full day for the summer. So it's quite the thing. Tracy, yes, go ahead, Tracy.
Thank you. I just wanted to add to that. When you said the bare bones, of it. So from Interfaith, from Kitchitran Homes Cooperative, Housing Cooperative, I'll speak from that perspective. So, we've done programming before, but we didn't have any real cohesive programming at that time. So none of it could have been done without Herb's idea and whatnot. But yes, parents have to go, they had to go apply when it first came, but only so many could, because of the space, only so many could be taken, so many children could be taken in at the time. Some parents were a little miffed, by that. And it had to be children in the housing cooperative. And that's why it's good to have one over in Interfaith, Kitchitran Homes, and one over in Carlson Road, over in that area too. They needed space. We wanted the program. So first they were in the smaller area we had, because the building they're in now used to be our community center, our boardroom, and the management office. But I knew Herb had his eye on that building anyway, right? He had big ideas and he wanted to expand. I do commend the board and the people for, yes, the program, it started small, but people were committed to it. People were coming in to work, and and we came into or whatever, and it just got better and better, and it was very open. I went to board meetings a couple times, and other people did too, and they encouraged people to come in and help and whatnot, but they were always trying to do a little more, taking input and whatnot. Right. In order to open, definitely we needed to, the playground needed to be redone. It needed to come up to code, but I will say that they went above and beyond to make sure, who was it? Kaboom. I was on that call with them, and so was, a lot of people, and Kaboom, I felt, was a great choice.
Yes.
So, I thank you for getting them. They were committed, and there were people on the line committed, and it wasn't just settling for bare bones.
All right.
A park. It's a very nice park.
Okay.
So it was so that was another confidence builder.
All right.
And
Nice.
we have always had a basketball court, but not a good one all the time. And
Right.
again, they when you got the money, when Hoops and Homework accumulated enough money, they redid it, and then they put lighting up, which is great.
Okay.
So
Thanks, Tracy.
so we like all that.
Yes.
All of that work, but I will say that we do want parents to apply, but you do need to live in that area, in that complex.
Right. As I said, there are openings in our Carlson. There was a question in the chat about the volunteers. So we have paid staff. We had paid staff from the very beginning because of the continuity. I think you heard the police chief mention that these kids need a stable background. They need the stability. So this is a place where the staff is there every day. We do have volunteers. We love our volunteers. So if anybody would like to come down and spend a couple hours every week, that would be great. It makes a big difference for the individualized attention. But we have a paid program director and as I said, the volunteers and the paid staff. Marcia, Marcia. Go ahead. Unmute.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, first I must say thank Mr. Herb for all that you do with this program. I was a little bit surprised recently. I thought Hoops and Homework was basically like an after-school program with homeworks, but strange enough, I was invited to a gardening program recently. So I don't know if you can maybe state a little bit about the different programs, maybe one or two programs apart from the homework, because I was surprised and I was happy to see those kids doing gardening recently with Sophia. Sophia with the with the program that she has.
Right.
And they were so enthused about planting those different
Yes.
little cherry things, and I got to eat some of those cherries. I've never seen that sort of thing. It's more something like cherry, but it was covered with it's like a leaf, and then you have to peel it. You don't have to wash it. I'm not from here, I'm from Jamaica. So eating that, it's like, oh my gosh, these kids should be so excited for these little things. It's like you just pluck it out and you eat it, and it's like it looks like grapes, but it's covered, and then you don't have to wash it. It's I'm thinking, where are all the kids?
It's about the second or third year they've been doing the gardening program.
Yes, very nice. Yeah. So we do enjoy doing these extra special enrichment, we call them. Science is one thing. We have a volunteer from the Nature Audubon Center. So we do a lot of different fun things. And of course, field trips are a big deal.
And music,
music was very big. So let's continue with some of this stuff here. I'm going to go back to my share screen here. There we go. Okay, so this is the end of this one. Let's see if I can get out of here.
Today,
whoops,
it's Hoops and Homework, where we'll hear founder.
There we go. All right. So this is how we're celebrating our anniversary. Oh, and here are some of the kids you can see with snakes. This is a nature thing. They brought in snakes. I don't know if you've ever held a snake, but there are these kids holding little snakes. So let's see what this video is about here. Here we go.
Got a 10-year anniversary now, and you've got a few things that you're working on to celebrate that, I take it.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, we're celebrating in terms of, again, mentioned my good friend Phil Ottaviani. He's having a nice party at his house. We're putting up banners all over town, street banners, so that's exciting. We're going to be on Access Framingham TV, thanks to Dane Fisher.
And we'll put this up on YouTube and send it around the planet. And,
right.
I'm sure there's someone in Wisconsin just waiting to support you.
And one more thing that I forgot to mention. We are planning an open house and a tour of our facilities, and people will get a chance to listen to and enjoy the kids talking about why they love hoops and homework. Okay, well, you already saw that, so I'm going to skip up here a little bit more. Council, the whole school committee. There we go. Attorney General Maura Healey, State Representatives Jack Lewis, Carmine Gentile, and Maria Robinson.
Thank you for all your help. You really impact me a lot. I love Hoops and Homework. It actually raised me. I've been there for a really long time, so thank you so much. I just wanted to say thank you so much for when you opened up the program. I was like 11 years old, so it really impacted me growing up, and it helped me get like everyone back together that I grew up with. So thank you. Oh, I work at Suburban, by the way, so I'm still in childcare.
James, why do you like to come to Hoops and Homework?
Because it's fun and you can play a lot of games and learn to do work.
Hey Madeline, why do you think it's important for people to come help at Hoops and Homework?
I think people should come help because they can help us do our stuff like homework and reading.
Okay. All right. So let's stop share here. Okay. Any comments on that? So very exciting stuff. Nice to see all that good news. Good news. Okay. All right. I'm going to keep going here. Anything
I
else?
think I see a hand. Tracy, did I see your hand go up?
Okay, Tracy, you're muted, Tracy.
Just to be, just to be that teacher stickler. I do want to say for volunteers, I know we want volunteers, but just be aware that you will have to have a Corey check also. That's precious cargo that we're dealing with our children, the most precious things. So obviously, and it's state mandated also that all the checks have to be done before people can volunteer.
Yeah. Thanks, Tracy. Absolutely. Yes, we've done that for years and years and years. Okay, so let's see what's next on the schedule here. Here we go. Okay, so we're down here. Next one. Okay, so this is very important. This is what we're planning for the goals for the next 10 years. So here's some pictures of kids reading, just wonderful. And again, and the individualized attention, which you see is just fantastic. All right, let's talk about what's coming up next 10 years.
But, okay, so we've talked a lot about what you've been doing. This is your 10th anniversary. Kind of what's next?
Okay.
Is there another next here for Herb Chasen?
Absolutely. Well, maybe I'll be in the background.
Okay.
But pushing. So we have 4 big goals that we'd like to reach.
I think we've got a chart that brings up that. I think I only got 3 from my list.
There's only 3.
Well, you can tell me the 4th too.
Okay.
But go. Let's start with a number at the beginning.
Okay. So pre-K is a huge effort. It's a statewide, it's a federal effort for get these kids involved before kindergarten. As I said, there's a lot of Spanish speaking at home with the kid, which is fine, which is good. But then they come into school and they're behind the 8 ball right away. And it's a terrible thing. They have catching up and some of them never catch up. So we want to get these kids in, and also the parents need a place that they can afford. And our program, the focus of our program relies on scholarship money, which people donate to our scholarship fund, and also state money in the terms of vouchers. The state provides money for low-income programs like that. So that's a big deal.
So then on to the community center?
Community center, we'd like to have for all ages, all the time. Again, the parents are challenged dealing with the system, getting jobs, getting housing. They just need help and assistance navigating the system. And of course, another after-school program in another neighborhood would be a wonderful thing. We only can, our maximum is 40 by our license, 20 at each site. So we're looking around for other areas, low-income areas that we can help kids. And the 4th thing, which is not there, is teenage programs.
Okay.
Now the teenagers also are at risk, some of them, for getting into trouble. So we need programs to take care of teens. especially for them after school. Our program cuts off at 15 years old, so there's plenty of kids that are kind of lost after that.
Right, yeah. Yeah, all these programs, the age limits when you move over one thing, whether it's health insurance or what in our society, seem to limit the situations, and a teen program would certainly be a terrific help. And so all that must have a big price. Have you tried to do that, or?
Well, we put out the budgets. So we have budgets for each section, and we're in the process of fundraising and getting the word out. We're very lucky to have some huge sponsors. One is Kevin Giblin and his son Brendan, who actually donated a brand new learning center at Interfaith Terrace.
Wow.
Kevin passed away, but the center is named in his memory.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And he was a wonderful friend. Introduced to me by Phil Ottaviani.
Okay.
So it's who you know.
Well, networking is what it's all about, whatever kind of charity or volunteer program
Can
you're
I
in.
add one thing?
Sure.
So another huge donor is the Flatley Company. And we were so lucky to get in touch with the Flatley Company because Channel 5, WCVB TV, aired a segment on our program back, I think, in 2019.
Year-old Herb Chasin is up for just about anything, even basketball on a slush-covered court. The former business owner, a resident of Framingham for more than 50 years, could be taking it easy, but he's not.
I was retired and looking around for something to do to give back to the community.
What he found was a tucked-away neighborhood that needed help.
This area is the lowest income area in Framingham by far.
So with some seed money from the city, he started Hoops and Homework, an after-school program that offers, yes, help with homework, but also so much more.
That's great, exactly.
Every week, volunteers from the Performing Arts Center of Metro West teach violin. Kids do science and STEM projects, and Babson College students come to help out.
They're really nice. They're really fun to be with. They come every Tuesday.
11-year-old Chrysalie Cupid is in 6th grade. Her mother says this unique program has been helping her since the 1st grade.
They keep busy, keep fun, because help me a lot to do my daughter homework, especially when I don't understand.
Standing right here, last year we'd be in a swamp.
This past fall, Hoops and Homework got this brand new playground built. The year before, it was the basketball court. Their next project is an expansion.
We were blessed with 2 contractors that agreed to do this.
The additional space will mean they can triple the number of students they serve at this location. They want the kids to feel like this is their place.
The children and the students feel nurtured, they feel supported, and they feel safe, because there have been and has been violence in the area.
Before he ran a business, Chasin was a math teacher for 18 years, so he's happy to help with the homework, but says a lot of his time is spent making sure Hoops and Homework can sustain.
I'm hands-on in the effect that I go like this to my friends. I ask for money.
Always with a smile because of all the things he's done in life. He says this is the best.
No question, no question. This is by far the most rewarding.
Hoops and Homework runs 2 locations in Framingham, just about 5 minutes apart. Find out more about the work they're doing on WCVB.com. Erica Tarantel, WCVB News Center 5.
And one of the people there, Mrs. Flatley, let's say, saw the program, loved it, and she wrote a big check to us, and we're hoping that she sponsors some of these programs.
And you got a big 6-figure grant recently, too.
Yes.
From a foundation?
Well, right, from Flatley and other.
Oh, that was part of that. Okay,
right.
Okay.
And Middlesex Savings Bank and Mutual One have
They're both great. The 2 of them are
wonderful supporters.
Give them a little plug here.
Yes.
Well, all of this has let you have 10 years. You've got a 10-year anniversary now, and you've got a few things that you're working on to celebrate that, I tell you.
Okay. All right. So, so again, that was quite a thrill. Quite the thrill when that video played. It was just amazing. Next day we get big checks. Oh, yes, I wanted to mention and emphasize the parent that you saw. A lot of the parents, and I'm sure Tracy and Marcia will confirm it, Spanish is spoken at home, and the parents have a tough time helping the kids with their homework in English. So it's just vital that we're there to help out and do that special thing, help those kids and help the parents. So it's such a big deal. Okay, anything else before we, yes, Framingham Public Library, question?
I have a question, yes. And I don't want to do any spoilers, so let me know if I'm getting ahead of myself here. But let's say you were handed a blank check. You could do anything you wanted, you could make. I know there's no end to growing and dreaming, but if you could right now create the perfect program with all the money in the world, what might that look like? Like long term, what are you envisioning?
Well, okay, so we had those 4 things I listed, and each one is way over $100,000. So, you know, there's a program we're thinking of starting in another low-income area. Actually, we've already started working on the teen program. This is kids after, so that's beginning. And I think you saw in the video that Tanya Calder mentioned that program that we're already kicking off for the teens. And then, of course, the community center is so much needed. And the pre-K is one of my pet peeves. So there you go. So if we were handed a big check, which we do get those big checks, we're very lucky. Yes, we do. It's quite a thrill to open up an envelope and see a 6-figure check in there. So, all right. Okay, David, good seeing you, David. Any comments?
Oh, I had a problem with getting my picture up there, which
okay.
It's okay.
All
I
right.
just want to say that when I first met you and we talked, and the best thing about the conversation was that your idea, if that we could just help one kid, it would be a success.
Right. See
And
that?
it's a lot more than that.
Well said, Dave. Well said. Well said. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Very good. So let's move on here. Okay. See what's next. Oh, okay. So this is very nice. So we're so lucky to have Kevin Lopez as our program director, and he's just a treasure. So let's listen to Kevin speaking.
One of the probably real important people in this situation is your new program director.
That's right.
We got a little picture of him here, and why don't you tell me a little more about Kevin and what he's doing.
So we're very fortunate to have Kevin, because Kevin actually grew up in that area. He knows the area. He lives in that area.
It's Kevin Lopez. I'm a program director at Hoops and Homework here in Framingham, and it's an after-school program for the ages 5 to 14 where we focus on homework completion and academic enrichment for the kids. I'm here because I want to assist in change. I want to provide a space where they can come and learn new things and be a better and responsible citizen. It's important because, especially in this area, it provides a safe space for kids to come in and just work on things that need to be done that maybe otherwise they wouldn't have gotten done at their homes. This organization is unique. It's fun, it's exciting, it's a great opportunity for kids to come and work on homework, special projects, core enrichment, and just to have fun.
And he knows the kid. He's bilingual. A lot of our kids speak Spanish at home, which is an issue because they have to they have to learn English in school. So it's a big issue for them to learn English and pick that up. So
Probably a lot of the other volunteers are mostly English speaking.
that's right.
Yeah.
So, and the parents.
Okay, so
11-year-old Chrysalie Cupid is in 6th grade. Her mother says this unique program has been helping her.
all right, you've already seen this, so I'm going to skip over that here. Here we go. Oh, yes. So this is me talking to Kevin. There we go.
Born and raised in Framingham. My parents actually had an apartment at Beaver Terrace Circle, and I frequented Interfaith and Poussin Road a lot because I had family and friends that lived and still live there to this day. So being part of this program and the role that I'm going to be undertaking right now means a lot to me, because it means that I can instill and impact the lives of a lot of young people, and allow them to see the future that they can get to at a level of their choosing. But obviously giving them some positive mentorship and examples of stories or experiences, or even just lining them up with people that I know currently that have come from that area and willing to come and mentor and speak and impact their life, just as I've sort of been given the opportunity to do. That we're here to make changes, to make significant impact in this community, and to allow the students to see everything that Hoops and Homework has offered, can offer, and will offer in the future. Of the situation, there's a lot of drug movement in those areas, and at a young age, as I did, a lot of the kids would witness that and will witness drug activity, illegal activity. So if we can sort of not form a bubble, but sort of change their focus, like I mentioned before, to something more positive, then they'll understand that that's not the lifestyle in which they should head to, that they should head to a different form of life, a better form of life. If they see someone that's a few years older than them in a year or two, all of a sudden have brand new clothing, brand new vehicles, that's very, very impactful in their view. And it gives them that falsehood of that's the way to live. And that's not what we're going to try to accomplish, or not. I'm going to try to continue the message of Hoops and Homework and try to refocus the students. It's all about focusing them on the positive.
Kids in that area, would you characterize them? Is it fair to characterize them as disadvantaged or underprivileged? Is that fair? Or that
haven't been given the proper opportunity. And yes, I guess the famous tagline is underserved or disadvantaged, but it's just lack of opportunity.
kids in town need something called an advocate. In other words, not the mother, not the father, not the teacher, but someone else that the kid can go to, that would be an advocate, that would look out for that kid. Do you see that as, does that ring a bell with you?
Definitely. You need someone else on your side, right? That someone that can assist you in different life choices or counsel you when you need that counsel, that's confidential and relatable. And I know that, and it's about, meeting the students, the young kids where they're at in regards to their needs, their challenges, their barriers, whatever that might be, us as staff members, us as just adults in the city, and how can we relate to those students, and what can we offer their students to help them or propel them to another level?
Do you think you can motivate these kids to really get into some reading in the summer and do their summer reading? You think, can we do that?
I think with the use of incentives and using some great staff to help motivate and make it not look like work. Right? Teach them that reading is fun. There's different ways to sort of break it down, different strategies that are out there. There's different professionals that have put some good work out there or can even help us throughout the summer. Have these students see reading or math or science as something as fun as opposed to, oh, I got to do this all over again. Especially during the summer when it's hot out. So we're gonna definitely look into that. Maybe form a few book clubs or do something where we can get kids to do that. Target those students, get that buy-in, get them off the streets and into the program, and make this a great opportunity experience for them.
So I know kids down there that come in, they're 5 years old, they're ready to go to kindergarten. And I know that already these poor kids are behind the 8 ball because some of the more advantaged kids that already know how to read or know so much more, and these kids come in. So the question is, what about having our program open for kids that are 3 years old and 4 years old before kindergarten? What do you think about that?
But there's definitely there's a need for pre-K programming throughout the whole community. I know Framingham Public Schools is trying to get that to happen. But for those young kids in the immediate neighborhood where Hoops and Homework is, where parents can be confident in sending those youngsters to us for 1 or 2 hours throughout the day for them to learn some things, participate in different activities, and then grow would be great. So yes, I do think, and I think we can actually capture, and dare I say, ages 3 to 17 if we can. Definitely, we can definitely identify both, all 3 sort of target age groups, and create just a big, huge citywide program. I'm like speaking big here, but that's where I'm at.
What about other areas of town? I mean, there's other pockets of town. Can you see us expanding in other pockets of town?
I really feel like it's gonna become a model where it can go citywide and impact not only the pockets that we are currently in, but different areas throughout the city.
All right. So we're really looking forward to having you at Hoops and Homework. Okay. So, so that was before Kevin came. He's been here a year and a half, well, more than that. And he's done a bang-up job. He met all our expectations. Great work. So I got a question for everybody. So are you all excited? You want to pitch in and get some of these programs done? That's the question. That's what we need, people to help out here and help us do more reading, more. Oh, I have to give a shout out to the library, the Framingham Public Library and the Bookmobile. It's been a very nice, and we appreciate that quite a bit. So, well,
I just want to, we do have a quick question in the chat. Can you talk a little bit about the differences between Hoops and Homework and the Boys and Girls Club?
Oh, yes. Well, I'm not going to knock the Boys and Girls Club, but our program is so unusual because it's actually licensed by the state of Massachusetts. Okay, we have a formal license. The Boys and Girls Club and other programs like that. There's another one the Framingham Housing Authority runs, are just drop-in centers. Our programs are focused, as we've been beating over and over again, to get these kids more education, especially the reading is so basic, and focus on these academic areas. So it's huge part of our program, the academics, and of course, going along with that, exercise and basketball and enrichment, but it's a huge difference between these other programs. So that's the main thing, that we are a different animal altogether. It's not just play. The kids have to, remember, you heard Maura Healey talk about where she got. All right, it was hard work, but it was fun. And that's what these kids have to learn. And that's what Kevin Lopez said, the same thing. You have to be prepared. A kid that hates to read is just not going to do well in future life. We want these kids to be big successes, come back and donate millions of dollars to Hoops and Homework after they become a big success. So that's what we're looking for. And it's a big difference.
May I add to that too?
Yes,
That was stellar. But I also want to say too, there is obviously room for and benefits to different types of programs, but a very big difference between what the Boys and Girls Club does, which is great what they do,
right.
But we do need, when we say we're neighborhood based, what's so critical about that is that one, children and especially teenagers, they need to associate their neighborhood, their homes with education, with balanced living, with those values that are being incorporated and taught. And it takes a village. You know, my culture says it takes a village. And now all of America says it takes a village to raise children, to raise great children, confident children, wise children, right? And this is the neighborhood program that Hoops and Homework is trying to accomplish, right? We don't want the children to think that you go do this out there and then at home, the neighborhood is a desolate area where you make other choices and you succumb to temptations because you need something to do. Right. You bring the program right there. The parents need it because they need to be confident and where their children are, and it has to be a seamless part of their home life. And that's Hoops and Homework is becoming that, and the children go home with this. So it builds their self-esteem,
right?
And they will come back and donate money.
Thank you. It's so nice. I was down there for the open house, and you could just see the parents walking their kids right to the program. It's such a treasure to be, and that's what we want to expand. As I said, there's other low-income neighborhoods that desperately need to see exactly what Tracy said. They need to get their neighborhood built up and show the exciting and the good things that are happening right there.
And that they make the difference, right? That's what Hoops and Homework teaches. You are the magic. You can flourish anywhere you are, which gives them confidence when they grow to go out into the world and expect to flourish and make a difference and become change makers. Sorry, go ahead, Herb.
Well said, well said. All right, well, it's 8:05, and I think this might be a good place to stop. If you would like, I have a lot more information that I can send out, or the Framingham Library can send it out. And so we can do that. There were more videos and more stuff. It seems like it never ends. So anybody else before we sign off? Thank you. Stephen and Deborah, thank you. Appreciate you coming. Okay.
Support the library also, everyone, please.
That's right.
It is the hallmark of a good city or town, the quality of the town, and the programs that the library does, including the bookmobile coming into the neighborhoods. Little by little, it is just leaving a trail of higher learning and difference, like Hoops and Homework.
Very good. Okay.
Well, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Herb, so much for sharing all of your information tonight. Thank all of you for being here in the audience. We were just so thrilled to be able to, give a little bit of spotlight onto a phenomenal community program. I do want to go ahead and share our program evaluation form one more time in the chat. We would love to hear from you what you thought about tonight, and if you have any ideas for future programs. I do want to also mention one more time that this program was recorded tonight. So if you know anybody who wasn't able to attend, please send them to our YouTube page and they'll see everything you just saw. Herb, if you want to send me a follow-up email with some of those resources, I'm happy to send it out to all the folks on the list. And we look forward to seeing you at other library events and at Hoops and Homework.
Okay, very good.
Oh, and for those who want to donate, you see how Herb is getting younger the longer he does this. You too can get those benefits.
Tracy, you are a treasure, a true hero of Hoops and Homework. HHH, hero of Hoops and Homework. All right.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great